If you had to pick one thing that you want to drive home to help agents that are listening, if there's one last thing you're like, okay, here's the thing you need to do or think about or take action on, what would you like to leave with?
I'm serious when I say spend money.
Yeah.
Like I wish I would have spent more money, because I look at where I am now, but I know where I probably could have been back then, and then things might have been different. I'm perfectly happy with how things have turned out,
For sure.
obviously. But I know that sounds funny, but I'm gonna be honest. From a guy that grew up milking cows and on a farm all his life with dad doing construction, working hard, to understanding that it's real easy to make money in the insurance business.
Correct.
If you just spend some of that money that you're making.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, I know for me, I just kept holding it because I kept thinking, well, I might not get that next month.
True.
I might not make those sales
So easy
next
to
month.
do, yeah.
Not knowing, especially being so young, not knowing if I work hard, I'm going to make the sales.
Yeah.
And I know that now. Now
That's
it's like, yeah, I know I can spend the money because I know I'm going to make it next month.
All right, Ty James, welcome back to the channel, buddy.
What's up?
So for those that don't know Ty or haven't seen Ty before, okay, we've been friends for even before you decided to marry my sister, right? Then I was like, I don't know if we can still be friends. Is that okay? Is that normal? We've known each other you were 15, right? Now you're 30? About 15 years?
Yeah, about 15.
About 15 years. Okay, we've been friends for 15 years. Brother-in-law, been married to my oldest sister for 9 years?
Be going on 9 years.
9 years. And then also business partners now in Secure Insurance Group.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Young Insurance on his shirt there because we acquired a mostly Medicare agency in Marshfield, Missouri. For those that don't know where that is, we're in Springfield. That's about, 30 minutes away?
30 minutes or so.
And so I really want to talk about his story, transitioning from just an agent, captive, starting out brand new, having success there, having success on the independent side. We even ran a call center for a little while and had some success there. Now really running a full-blown office and operation and really catapulting that as well as SIG. So
Right.
I don't know where to start. That's a lot, but
we got started sort of roughly the same time, 2010?
yeah, end of 2010, really 2011.
2011, we became a full-time captive agent. And from a captive agency for 3 or 4 years, and then moving on to being independent side in 2014 when we started up Secure Insurance Group.
Yes.
And then, doing that for several years. Obviously, we did the call center.
Yep.
For a year or so.
That was back in 2015.
2015.
March 2015. Yep. Had some success there. Took it from zero. We were selling filing expense and MedSup. Took it from zero to
a few dental, vision, hearing plans.
A few of those. I think we were up to like 80 policies a month within a few months.
Yeah.
But we were selling filing expense and MedSup totally cold calling. So for those that don't know anything about call centers, we had openers cold calling the state of Missouri.
Right.
People that were 67 to 74?
Roughly somewhere around there.
Leading with MedSup and Medicare, trying to sell the MedSup and or selling filing expense.
And we weren't doing Medicare Advantage plans.
No, we weren't doing any.
No.
Which is crazy to think about now, isn't it?
We missed out on a lot of money.
Yeah. Dude, think about the amount of Medicare Advantage plans that just literally walked.
Yeah.
Or just think about the amount that answered the phone. Like we didn't realize at the time there was more of those answering the phone than MedSup.
When I went back and looked, we had 1,200 leads that we had spoke to that had a Med Advantage that gave us the information that they had a Med Advantage plan.
That's right. We did bucket it. Like we dispositioned it as Medicare Advantage, so it went into a certain bucket within ZenCall back then.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
So going from doing that, and then we moved in where we just all wanted to make a little bit more money. So obviously everybody sort of did their own thing a little bit.
Yes.
And then here a few years ago, 2018, we acquired which is Young Insurance.
Yes.
It was a local brand, been there. I think this will be their 30th year in 2022.
Wow.
So
That's
we're
cool.
going to make it a big deal for the 30th anniversary. But acquiring them, obviously everybody knew who they were. Ton of Medicare clients.
How many?
They had like
1,500?
Yeah, about 1,500, 1,500, 1,600. which for they were 72 and 66 years old. They by themselves. They had one lady that'd been there 7 years. But
yes, I do have a question. So most people are listening. Would you rather, having done both, where you built your own book and you've acquired, if you could do it all over again and you could figure out how to do it, would you rather build it or buy it?
Buy it.
Yeah. Why?
Well, it's fun building because you get to see what you've done.
And you know everybody personally.
And you know everybody. I mean, that is a big difference, knowing everybody and not knowing everybody. When we acquired it, that was our biggest fear, is what is going to happen? Are these people going to stay with us? I mean, we're young, so, we're young guys coming in. We're going to take over this people. These guys are older, and are they going to look at us the same, this or that? And so you have those things that cross your mind, like when you're buying a business. But
yes,
man, buying is just, you get to acquire it, you get all the money. It's just,
you literally get the revenue the next month.
Yeah. I mean, there's insane. A lot of headache that goes into buying it, with commissions and making sure you get contracts, making sure you get everything moved over.
LLCs.
Right. And then some people don't want to move the contracts because of this or that.
Yep. So
some of that stuff is difficult, but always we have learned that buying, that was coming about the seventh business so far. So, it gets easier and easier as time goes on, but acquiring that big of an agency, there was a lot of things that come with it. But I would always, from now going forward, I'd always choose to buy.
Yeah, for sure. And then we also bought the PNC one after that.
Right.
And now we even made an offer. We just learned about today.
Right.
That my dad made an offer to buy another PNC agency in town.
Correct.
That's doing about $500,000 a year in commissions.
Yeah. So we bought a small PNC in the same town, which is Marshfield, same town. It was another older gentleman. He's seen that, one of his buddies sold. So he's like, hey, we'll sell our PNC, which PNC is something that, we've started really diving into a lot over the last couple of years. So we bought that company. We merged it into, with the young office. We finally got both offices together, which I think we'll finalize all the moving and everything after a couple of years, finally got it moved probably the end of this year, another week or so, and we'll have it all done.
Crazy. What's been the actually, let's go back to you being a brand new agent for a second. Think about your first couple of years. What's some advice that you could give to an agent out there watching that isn't ready to acquire? They're still in the building stage and they're like, dude, I'm struggling to build it.
Running the small LOA program we have.
Yep.
And I tell them this every time. The difference between me and you is you spent every dime you got. You spent your money on making you more money. Where I always held my money and I'm gonna make the same amount next month, no problems. I'm making a decent amount of money, but that was the biggest problem I ever made though. Because if I would have spent more money, I would have learned the process of the more money you spend, the more money you make, which then allows you to get more policies, more renewals, everything. And for my first several years, even going from captive to independent, I still didn't understand that that's what I needed to buy leads. I got thinking about this the other day, about a couple of weeks ago. I didn't really purchase my first actual leads. Now the captive company we worked for, they would give us leads every once in a while, which it would come up, but it wasn't something I went out and tried to purchase myself.
No, it was
my actual purchase, besides the call center in 2015, was 2016
for a lead at all.
Yeah,
that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So and that was my biggest mistake though. Yeah. So for all the new agents is, spend the money, even though it seems like, oh, what if I'm not getting my money back?
Yes.
You got to at least try. And so my biggest deal with the LOAs is, spend your money wisely. Don't be spending it on stupid stuff.
Right.
Spend it wisely and, do a lot of the free stuff.
Yeah. So give me some ideas of some free stuff you're doing or you did or you're doing now.
Yeah. So I'd still help all the LOAs trying to do all the free stuff they can now. No one likes to do it. Door knocking's a thing that no one likes to do it,
dude,
but it is the most freest thing ever.
Yeah, you used to take cold list of people turning 65. You would put it in MapQuest Route Planner or something.
Yeah.
And you would do 25 a day You would leave something on their door if they weren't there, but you were door knocking T65 to sell supplement, so it was okay. Right. It wasn't Advantage. That wasn't the goal then. You weren't even, actually, you couldn't even sell Advantage.
Yeah, I
then.
couldn't sell Advantage.
And you would write a MedSup, at least one MedSup policy from every block of 25. You may not sell it that day. Yep. Talk about that, because that's actually a cool activity that doesn't cost anybody any money, right. But you had success with it.
I tell the LOAs every day, hey, when you're going out and you're going to an appointment, you literally can pull a T65 list and go door to door. And all we were selling med subs. If I could have sold Med Advantage back when I first started, I would have had even more clients.
It's crazy.
But doing just the med subs, every time it was MapQuest, because I think it allows you to do 25 names.
Yep.
But some of the free stuff, obviously the T65 list was something that really worked. It was just a happy birthday letter. It wasn't nothing crazy. Happy birthday letter, wishing them a happy birthday, if there's anything you could do to help them.
And you left that.
Or if they answered, I gave it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was the goal to book an appointment if we talk through what the goal was when you were there, or to get in?
So when I answered the phone or answered the door, I literally just I just coming by to wish you a happy birthday. My name's Ty James. I work with XYZ company.
Yep. And
just if you got any questions about Medicare, I'd love to be able to help.
Boom.
And
very non-threatening.
That was it. It wasn't like
it was an activity play, a quantity play with you, like a lot of activity.
Yeah, it was just so that's one of the free things. Any new agent can go do. I mean, that costs nothing. You can get a list. I guess gas money. It does cost gas money.
Yeah, that's true. If you can't invest gas money, you should.
Everybody knows cold calling.
Become an agent.
Cold calling is free. Obviously,
dude, cold calling
get the list.
Brutal.
Cold calling. Yeah, it sucks, but at the same time, when you're first starting out, it ain't easy. You're gonna figure it out. Something new that we've been doing. I've learned this from a couple of the people that does a lot of warm markets.
Yep.
Is that we've been doing? I don't know how. I bet you we did an event a week last year or in 2021.
Wow.
This year. We were doing events. Everybody knows, when you're first starting out or even well established in an area, that there's so many events going on around that you can either pay money for or do, or someone stopping by, can you sponsor this?
Yeah.
And we decided we were going to change all that in 2021. Every single person that stopped by, instead of giving them money, we asked how we could help. And you should see the looks that we got, but for a new agent, it's perfect. And so I implemented a lot of our newer agents into that. And that's something I wish I would have done back then, is I wish I would have got more involved in a lot of the community stuff, because you don't realize what comes about when we literally would, we'll help serve the food. We didn't make the food. We didn't do anything.
Good thing you didn't make the food, by the way.
Yeah, no, I would have sucked at that. We just stood there. But then before you know it, we're in the newspaper holding up, the sign because they just opened up. Just little things. As a new agent, I would have implemented more events.
Okay, that's good. What's some of the unique things that you do now from because you're really good also at managing a book of business from a customer service standpoint, from retaining clients, which is important, by the way, very important. You do as good of a job at that specifically of anybody I've ever seen. What are some ideas and concepts and things that you do in that arena?
Yeah, so we have a couple ladies up there and a couple guys that help with the customer service part of it. So give you an example, we just sent out our Christmas letter, So we try to do a newsletter every quarter. That's pretty much just keeping them engaged.
Yes.
Right? Making sure they understand you're still there. Because I know it sounds funny, but it seems like people will be like, oh, I didn't know you guys were still in the business. We didn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So just trying to keep
I have heard that though.
Top of mind, you know.
I've heard it.
So we do that every quarter. We do a lot of the basic things that people think of, but do they really do it?
Yeah.
Is birthday calls. Some people do birthday letters, but we use the birthday calls as another way of asking, is there something I can help you with? Is there something that you've had trouble? Maybe it's ordering a new card, whatever, the little things, right?
Yes.
But not only does that help us on the end, but it also keeps our customer service people busy.
Yes.
Throughout the year, that they're not just waiting for something to do.
Yes.
getting out, like we did a food truck every year. We do a big deal, an event for our clients. This year we did a food truck event.
That was a cool event, by the way.
Yeah, we end up, I think there ended up being over 1,000 people that came.
Wow.
To that event. And I'll be honest, we opened it up to the community to make it a community event as well, just for the fact of I wanted to be able to pull some more business in. Correct. And so I'm like, you know what, let's open it up to the community, which ended up being perfect.
Yeah.
Because, I love the food truck idea. It probably wasn't the smartest idea when you have seniors standing in line for 30 minutes.
Sure.
But, that's just another way of helping out our clients. Everybody knows you're going to make, $20-$30 somewhere in there each month from every Medicare or plan or however you want to put it. And we always usually take at least a month of what we're going to get and put it back into the client.
Yes.
That's what's always been my goal. I don't care if that's birthday calls, birthday letters, if that's, the client appreciations.
Yep.
Another big deal we do is we do member meetings. We ran about 75 member meetings where they're able to come in and review their,
75
as a group, so we would have about 20, 25 people in those group meetings.
Do you send like, hey, if you have this carrier, come to this?
Yeah, we did carrier group meetings.
Based on the Medicare plan they have. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
So
that was just an easier way to get people in, review plans and things like that. But also clients enjoyed it because we had snacks and, things like that. Give you an example on some other things that we did that was for the clients. We hosted Santa.
That's true.
There's just a lot of little things that we do here and there. So
yeah. Talk about the CRM piece, because you also do a really good job at managing the CRM. What should some agents think about? Because you've also learned Radius Bob really well too, which you technically, I think we still have a link for like $19 a month or something,
right?
Which is crazy. I think you found Radius Bob and Clue back in 2014.
I don't know if it was me or you. It was one of us.
I don't know, but we were looking hard for something.
We looked really hard, and that just happened to be the one that we went with, and that's just the one we've stayed with. Yes. Everybody has different CRMs that they use.
Yep.
We do use Radius Bob because it's we have special links to keep it cheaper, so that's always been nice.
Yes.
But at the same time, the biggest deal about a CRM is being able, for us or for me, is being able to know when, effective dates are, knowing if someone calls in, I'm not trying to search for things. It's right there.
Right.
And that helps when running reports. So everybody builds their CRMs different. I think one deal that's always helped us in the client management part is running the CRM as nothing but reports for your clients. Because I know it's called a client management system, but everybody uses it different.
Right.
We literally have built it for reports. So reporting's always been a big deal to me, knowing what I sold, how much somebody sold in the month of October.
Well, and when they're aging into additional products, when they've had a 10-year term, and hey, dude, it's been 9 years, like that kind of stuff.
Right. We just did a life insurance. Life insurance reviews obviously are a huge thing. We did a life insurance review. They were worried about their term running out, and then she got so worried about it, unfortunately, she passed away.
Oh my gosh.
Like last month, and she was so worried about her term running out that didn't run out for 2 years. But it's the little things. And now her husband, like, it was top of mind. Her husband was like, okay, hey, I just turned in the death certificate and everything. But
yes,
all
you would
those
hate
things,
to miss that. It lapse or it end, and someone passed away, or it becomes an annual renewable term. The premium jacks up.
Yep.
And then they just start taking $1,600 a month out of the client's account when they were taking 80. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah. So that was, just doing all those little things for the clients.
Yes.
And time, obviously time is a huge thing. Mm-hmm. It takes time. We did the Christmas letter. That takes time.
Yes.
We had my wife that does secure social media, Kaylee, I called her. I said, I need a Christmas letter. She's like, I think I can get it done. It took her like 2 hours, but she got it done real quick. And
That's awesome.
We sent it out within 2 days.
She's good at that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. So it was fast and easy, but when the client gets it, we didn't just say Merry Christmas. We said Merry Christmas. Also, remember, we do home and auto. We do this. We do that. just reminding everybody of what we do.
Yeah.
So
Also, too, what are some things that you did once we acquired that Young Insurance, the book in Marshfield? What are some things that you did to help keep as many of those members on the books as possible? You listed some of the things.
Yeah. So
but immediately,
when we first got it, we sent out a massive letter to all of them with the signed signatures of the previous owners and a picture of us with them, letting them know that, hey, we know these people, they know us. That's
smart, instead of just saying, trust me, they want us to help you now.
Yeah.
You know,
everything's going to be all right. We had them sign it. We signed it. So everybody signed it. Like when a client got it, they understood, okay, they're passing this on to them. Everything's going to be okay.
Yep.
Not to say we didn't have people call. We still got people calling today like, oh, I didn't know they sold.
Wow.
You know,
well, if they didn't check the mail, or
how many mailers have we sent? How many calls have we called?
3 years?
3 years. And we still had people this year say the same thing.
That's crazy.
So, you know, some people just don't pay attention. But, you know, that our very first initial was to get that letter out to every client.
Yes.
We did put it in a newspaper as well. You know, obviously we think, oh, newspaper, but we're dealing with seniors here. They still read the newspaper.
Yeah.
Especially in a smaller town, you know, about 10,000 people, about 25, 30,000 in probably the county. But, you know, to a smaller area, that was important.
Pretty good saturation though, client-wise.
Yeah. And then, because there's not that many seniors in that area.
No, that's crazy.
And another deal initially, obviously, when October came, so the Medicare Advantage side, because it was a pretty Medicare Advantage heavy.
Yep.
They didn't really do much supplements there. We wanted to get so our goal was to talk to every single person. That did not happen. We talked to about 1,200. But, you know, because not only did we have their clients, I had my clients, we had Matt's, which are our other brother-in-law's clients. You know, I think we had some, you know, when I had purchased out the call center or whatever, I had those clients as well. And so we had a lot of other clients that were involved into that. So there's several thousand there now, but
that's crazy.
Yeah.
In closing, if you had to pick one thing that you want to drive home to help agents that are listening, if there's one last thing, you're like, okay, here's the thing you need to do or think about or take action on, what would you like to leave with?
I'm serious when I say spend money.
Yeah.
Like I wish I would have spent more money, because I look at where I am now, but I know where I probably could have been back then, and then things might have been different. I'm perfectly happy with how things have turned out,
for sure,
obviously. But I know that sounds funny, but I'm gonna be honest. From a guy that grew up milking cows and, you know, on a farm all his life with dad doing construction, working hard, to understanding that it's really easy to make money in the insurance business.
Correct.
If you just spend some of that money that you're making.
Yeah.
You know, I think sometimes, I know for me, I just kept holding it because I kept thinking, well, I might not get that next month.
True.
I might not make those sales
so
next
easy to
month.
do, yeah.
Not knowing, especially being so young, not knowing if I work hard, I'm going to make the sales.
Yeah.
And I know that now. Now it's like, yeah, I know I can spend the money because I know I'm going to make it next month.
Correct.
You know, and it ain't like, to me, Medicare isn't one of those products that's like, oh, I'm just going to go be money hungry and I'm going to go, Medicare's, you're helping people understand what they need to do in their insurance scheme of things, because they don't know what they're doing when it comes to Medicare. So when you're helping them, you're making a ton of money, but to be honest, you feel really good at the same time. Yeah. You're helping them make a decision that is a lifetime decision. You know, when they turn 65, they got a couple choices. So starting out is work as much free stuff as you can, work as many hours as you can. Yes. It's because it's not easy as, they think you know, it's easy. A lot of people getting insurance think it's just easy. True. And spend the money.
I love it. Well, how can they reach out to you? Okay. They can look you up on Facebook, Ty James, Ty. Also Ty.James14 on Instagram, right? I think so. Or a different one. Yeah. I think
14 was the basketball number.
Yes, that's right. Ty.James14. Email Ty.James
at secureig.com.
Secureig.com.
Yep.
Anything else we're forgetting?
I don't think so.
Boom. Dude, thank you for your time today.
I appreciate it.
Look in comments. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I want to look in comments. I want to find a comment and I want to choose one and give somebody a ticket to 8% this year. But I want to know the biggest takeaway from you from listening to Ty today. And then I'm gonna jump down there. Dylan and I'll pay attention and we'll make sure we give somebody a free ticket. So take some action. And we'll see you on the next video. If you love this video, you know I got another one that you're gonna love. I got a video just to your right here. Click on that. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it. And I'll see you in there. I've got a new top 10 quit list that I'm gonna share with you right now. I'm telling you, there are 10 things that you may or may not be doing, but you gotta quit doing these things immediately. I'm telling you,